And
Yeah.
I did once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it
it's
once.
like the bar was in the back, and like
Yeah.
everyone would sit at the bar, and then that same couch area where only maybe comics would sit.
Yeah.
So like there's a huge gap between you and who you're talking to.
I did a
and people
show
just
there.
want to talk at the bar.
Yeah, I
that
was
in
trying
Auburn?
so hard to get their attention. It was really hard.
Millbrook. It's like past.
Right past Montgomery.
Yeah, I remember I did a
Prattville,
show there.
basically.
I was trying so hard to get everyone's attention, and so I kind of zeroed in on the one guy listening, and he had like a tractor or something. He brought his girlfriend, and it was not even funny. I was not even being funny at all. I was like, "Oh, you got a tractor? Oh, this guy's got a tractor," basically type of shit I was saying.
It was a dope room though. They had really good seafood too. I enjoyed their popcorn shrimp. We did a show there one time. I've done a handful.
Yeah. That. Oh yeah.
Were you on
that
my show?
No, not that one. You talking about Jack's Tavern?
Yeah, no, I did it with Travis. Dun.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to fill in on that one.
Is that a cruise control place?
Yeah, it's Chris.
Yeah, and I
Gotcha.
think maybe even Max.
We probably did like 10 shows there, maybe 10 to 12, maybe.
I only did one.
Yeah.
I was on like 4 of them.
It'd be a great place to go eat and drink.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But that's what I was doing. I was doing my act, and there'd be like everybody's talking at the bar, not paying attention.
Yeah.
But there'd be one guy. There'd be one guy watching, so I'm performing to him, and then all right, he goes back to talking. All right,
Yeah.
now there's some lady.
Yeah,
you
I'm
try
talking to her.
you try to zone in on one guy paying attention, and then like if you lose him, you're like fuck, and then you try to find another guy. But yeah, we probably did like 10 shows and mics there in total, and
'Cause I don't know. I don't think it matters how good of a comedian you are. It's not gonna beat like Friday night like bar vibes in a
Talking with
town
your
with
friends at the
nothing
bar.
else
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
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 yeah, if you're not famous,
They're just there to get fucked up and talk about their boat.
yeah, they're like
Yeah.
elderly people. Yeah.
I think Bites is the next best venue. I think if Bites can get a stage and curtains, I think the whole back area where like, 'cause, like right now it's like the back area and there's chairs to the right of it, and then there's like tables in the front of it, like when you first walk in.
Yeah, you got it's too long. You got to cut it off.
Exactly. I think that whole back area should be the stage.
yeah, it's almost too long.
Yeah, that whole back area should be the stage, and all the seating crammed down the hall, I guess.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to kind of like herd that crowd in a certain
Exactly.
area,
So I think we
which
need
is
to
the
limit-
kind of same thing with a lot of these places.
Yeah.
Rock and roll is like I sit in the back at rock and roll. I just like the chairs that are more comfortable back there.
Yeah, but I think
You
if we
said
get
that's
some curtains-
second best venue
Yeah.
to No Shame. I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah. To No Shame.
I'm still rock and roll. I feel like that's low ceiling.
See, I normally
Actually,
don't
Rock
do
and
good at
Roll
rock
is a
and
really
roll.
good venue too. Actually, I'd say it'd be third to Rock and Roll.
You pack that place out, dude, and they're an attentive
Yeah.
audience. That's I think
The
the
Hack and
best
Forth show
venue
is
to do
great.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
actually,
first
yeah,
time I feel
actually,
like
yeah.
I've done well there.
Yeah, Rock and Roll is probably the second best.
That's where I
They
had my
also have
first
the
bomb.
They have the most like set show too. Like it feels like a showroom. You know.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot about the improvised 20 that I did there. That was all right. I mean, I didn't like crush, but
Rock and roll or
yeah, rock
Bites.
and roll, rock and roll.
I love the Auburn spots, which is crazy because when I first got in a year and a half ago, I was either Montgomery or Columbus every time, and then we do that Thursday one that was brutal, the good acoustic guitar one at Rock and Roll. I used to go from Giovanna's to Rock and Roll, just the worst two mics, and I called them thick skin Thursdays. I was like, I gotta get through two shitty
Giovanna's
sets.
was a fucking gauntlet,
Yeah.
dude. I would not wish that upon my worst enemy.
What's weird though is on Thursdays I would actually enjoy it because like, all right, at least nobody's here. I have to leave here and then go in front of a bunch of acoustic guitar crowd and fucking just bomb in front of like 50 people because like those nights get packed. Like Rock and Roll, everyone's standing, and like that whole place is filled, but everyone's talking and drinking, and they're all just like regulars.
Also, respect to Nico for starting that one. I'm not trying to bash it, but like she knows that it turned into.
Yeah, I mean
craziness.
she dropped it.
It wasn't her doing. It was just the staff that like was undertrained, did not give a fuck. Like, you know.
Yeah,
It started out good. No, it was good for a while.
that was just that.
Yeah, for a little
that's
bit.
one of those shows that's really just for us. Like, you might just randomly catch a dude eating pizza.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
It's like the funny
Yeah, I remember one
Like,
time.
you ready for this, bro?
Yeah, I caught a Mexican family there one time, and I did my set for them in Spanish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I performed for the Phoenix City biker gang.
I've done that.
They were cool as shit.
Yeah.
I was like, did a joke about knocking out a chick, and they're like, hell yeah, dude.
I think like one of those. I think
punch that
I think the first 10 minutes I ever did was at Aces on 80. It's like a biker bar in Pena City, and it was actually like a good show. Like the crowd was actually receptive and shit. That's the same night. I think I've talked about this in the pod already, where like the biker wanted to beat my ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
More comedy advice.
Dude,
Yeah, dude. If you need comedy advice, come to us, dude. We're the
Yeah.
fucking pros.
Yeah, we're really good at it.
Yeah.
that has been a fruitful topic. So.
If you
It has.
if you don't smoke weed, you should probably like smoke a fat joint to take the edge off right before your first set.
That is one thing too about like if you're getting into comedy and like depending on what your vices are, it's like I wasn't a drinker until I got into comedy, and now like it became a thing where I was like, damn, I feel like I have to get like kind of fucked up before I get on stage, and then I was like, you know what, let's trim it down to like just a couple drinks, and now I feel like I feel like I'm more comfortable not drinking, and I think the Zyn is a problem because I feel like the nicotine gets me stemmed up a little bit, and then I'm like,
stemmed up, tizzled out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I started out not drinking at all because I knew I'd have to get drunk to be comfortable enough. Because if I only had a few beers, I'd be like panicky.
I think it is easier when you're more clear-headed.
Yeah,
and if you do drink,
I
try to cap it like 1 or 2 drinks.
Yeah, I only have one beer before I go on stage.
Yeah.
If you keep enough drugs on you, you can never go too far in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? Get a little drunk, just hit a bump. You know what I'm saying? You know, get a little too high.
You should find the ideal drug cocktail.
Yeah, my first set on coke, you'll know.
It don't matter. Just like start whichever way you're feeling that night, and if you go too far, just fucking take a left turn. Start fucking, you know.
The last time
you're going too far up, you got to go back down.
I should do like a DMT. Like I had to go on stage, like fucking, you know, blast off, come back.
Out. We have to wheelchair you on the stage.
I don't know how that would work. But
Charlie does 5 minutes like this.
Yeah. And then I wake up, I'm like, whoa. And then I have to walk off stage.
No, you're outside. You're like, whoa.
Hands up if you have done comedy on coke. On shrooms?
I mean, technically, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, coming off a microdose.
I had one, kind of coming off a microdose. I had maybe a 0.3 or 0.5 or something. I ate that in the morning, and then that night I did no shame.
I was hanging out with Bryson before rock and roll one time, and then I went in and did a set after Mason James. I don't know if you guys know him. He's been on Kill Tony. He like is a frequent guest at the Mothership. Like he was there last week. He performs at the Mothership all the time. Like real funny guy. He like watched my set and like gave me notes on it, and I was just like, bad shit, dude. So the fucking chilling with Bryson. I was like, yeah, dude, yeah. I was like, I probably should have said that. That was crazy.
I love the slang there. Fucking chilling
I
with
think
Bryson.
it's funny.
That's what we're gonna start calling a dude chilling with Bryson.
I think you could definitely blow up. I think you definitely got the material, and dude, you got fucking like 2.5 trillion views or some shit on your shit. You know what I mean?
Nah,
like,
James Etchison's the view lord.
Yeah, but see, you're not.
He's also been in the game for a long
You're only
time.
competition with yourself. You know what I mean? And you're getting all these views and shit. Dude, I've got a clip that's got like fucking 400 views, and it's probably never gonna get past up that. You know what I mean?
Dude, I had like 4 videos in a row basically stop at like 700 and some change.
Yeah, exactly.
Views don't mean anything though. It doesn't do anything.
Like
They
and
don't,
comments,
but they help.
and shares.
A couple cool people liked them and followed me from it, but that's it. That's all that happens.
Yeah,
but
I
that's
don't know
not
how
nothing.
the algorithm works.
Yeah, that's not nothing.
James has got it good. James is, dude. I'm so glad James is blowing up. Like, getting on the New York Comedy Festival. I mean, like,
yeah, but I don't think he wants
earns
to
it.
blow up. Like, if you talk to him, it doesn't. Seem
Yeah, he
like
does have a
wants to.
family, and like,
Yeah.
I couldn't see him moving to pursue something.
Yeah, because I remember one day James actually texted me. I think it was on Facebook. Or
Which is
something.
dope, dude. That's how I'm approaching it. Like, I'm not a performer. I'm just here to fucking
honestly,
have
man,
fun.
I love James Etchison. I think he's probably one of my favorite people. Like, he's such a nice guy. He's got me my first ever paid gigs. He was one of the first people to tell me that he loves my material.
Yeah.
I remember one day
He's
he
like-
texted me and he was like, you know what, man, I think your material is so great and all this. Like, I think you could truly blow up if you wanted to. Like, I think you really could make it, and I hope you do. And he was like, I would love to too, but I've got to. Or he was like,
Yeah, he sent me that text too.
Yeah, and
by
he
the
was
way,
like-
you
and-
fucking.
and you're like, and you don't have like a family or anything to hold you back or something along those lines about like how like. I'm
Yeah,
not
you're in a
burdened-
good spot.
Yeah,
is
I'm not
what he's
burdened by
saying.
responsibility or anything. So I have kind of this freedom. And I was like, man, and that felt so nice, No one's ever said like
that doesn't make it
like that.
less genuine though, because he has said something similar to me too. But that's like if he sees somebody come up in the scene that he appreciates, he's like, hey man, which is dope, because like I even told my friends about that. I was like, dude, this guy that's been doing comedy for like over 10 years, like hit me up and said that he likes my jokes, which I thought was crazy, because I was doing a bunch of edgy shit, and I was like, James is like a progressive dude. I was like, oh yeah, there's no way he fucks with my shit. But he appreciates like joke writing.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I need to have him on the pod.
Yeah, he almost did a couple times.
John didn't. He didn't
text you.
No, he was like, "You should stop."
He was like, "Hey, do you have a truck I can borrow? You look like you have a truck. You already have a spare truck in your yard."
Yeah, he like sets him aside after every show.
So I admire how persistent you are.
No, James is so like it's so encouraging,
Yeah.
And I don't think there's many people in our scene that aren't like really funny and really good. So
honestly,
you can tell it's genuine.
Good talent. I think
we do have a very good talent, but when it comes to like next level funny, I think James is the only one that I see as like as like a next level funny.
Yeah, James, he's like a master of the craft. Yeah. Like that's how it feels watching him.
He's got great crafted jokes.
I mean, James is good, but he's not in my top 10.
But I think any of us could blow up. Like everywhere I go and I see meet new comedians and stuff, I'm like, I know guys that are better than this,
Yeah, it's like you said, it takes how much you want it, which is how much work you're willing to put in.
Yeah, exactly.
And like he was telling you, you're in a really good spot. And what you were saying about just going out on the road.
Yeah,
I mean that's probably what you need to do.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense to me, and it kind of lets me see the vision still. And so, because lately I felt like I was losing the vision. Like I've been doing this like 3 years, and like I feel like I gave myself 10 years. I told myself if at 10 years it doesn't seem like I can make it, I'm gonna quit and get a real job or whatever.
By 10 years, you should have an hour, because like that's the rule, is like your first good hour, like legitimate good hour that you could take with you, takes you 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's
what I've heard is like
I've heard that too.
The general. And obviously there's people that could do it in less, but then then after that, like it's crazy how like comedians turn over hours each year.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive.
Dude, have y'all been seeing what Josh Johnson has been putting out?
Dude, he puts out a lot. But it's also like he'll put out like 6 things on P. Diddy. It's like it's very just like,
but even then
the current thing,
that much material, and it is like I'm not saying
it's well written,
murders every time, but he does well most of the time.
Yeah. Dude,
I don't know what the fuck dude is on.
His joke writing is insane.
It really is, man. He's
it's just not my cup of tea, because it's like either it's mainly a lot of political stuff.
Yeah, it's
usually I'm out.
Definitely not my favorite style.
Your like I guess favorite comedians.
I have a lot. A lot.
So when you first started viewing comedy, or what comedians got you into comedy?
Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle Show definitely had a big influence for me, for sure.
I have to put together a list probably, but at the current moment, I really dig like Shane and Sam Talent, and a lot of people I just think are like, some people, Nick Mullen. There's so many. Yeah, it's hard for me to narrow it down. But obviously, Dave Chappelle was definitely the first influence that got me into it.
Yeah, Nick Mullen, I feel like is one of those guys that like he doesn't even have to try hard.
And he feels the same way about, like, he talks about, and even Sam Talent said it too. He was like, stand up just feels like you're you're pulling a string of like a series of levers. It's like you're just getting on stage and just like pulling a generic lever that just like says a joke, and the crowd goes ha 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 ha, and then you're just next lever.
Yeah. Like I heard even Nick say like, oh, stand up's really easy. Like all you have to do is be funny. Like you have to go on stage and be funny. And like it's easy to him.
Like, he talks about it like he's tired of it too, which I think a lot of people that do it for a long time, they get.
Well, I feel like he's found a new like rejuvenation in it. No, like because he didn't do it.
There
for
was a long time where he didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But now he's
well,
back
I
in
mean,
clubs.
he really thrived through podcasting.
Yeah, which is crazy that felt in Stav. I feel like he's
Stav's
to
killing
me.
it now.
To me, he's so much funnier than Stav.
Oh, I agree.
Like so much, and I don't understand. Stav is. It seems
Yeah.
way bigger than
I'll
him.
say like my favorite comedian is probably
Yeah,
Nick
I think
Mullen.
I'm the opposite on that, but I haven't gotten into Nick Mullen that hard.
Dude.
Well, Nick Mullen
I've
is
never-
hilarious, and the shit he talks about.
Stav is very funny.
Stav
also.
is super funny.
But Nick Mullen is like a different.
He's like a next level.
He's like an autistic psychopath.
Yeah. Like no, dude. I don't think anything's made me laugh as hard as Nick Mullen, or any comedian's made me laugh as hard as consistently as Nick Mullen has.
Yeah.
The second's probably Norm Macdonald for me, and then those are probably my two favorite comedians.
Like to your like, I feel like Stav on Cumtown. What to me wasn't that funny, but I feel like when he puts out his clips, he just says the perfect, most funniest thing he can, like in the
Yeah.
crowd work.
Yeah.
settings.
Yeah.
he's definitely.
That doesn't mean he's my favorite.
That actually
but-
does make more sense now. Why he's bigger is because he is a very much more. I feel like a crowd friendly watch than Nick Mullen will just sit there and be like.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nick Mullen has very like really brilliant genius ideas, but people just want to see Stav like say something funny and go.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's more
Not only that,
pleasing.
but Nick has also very dark ideas.
Yeah,
Like I
true.
mean, he's incredibly dark.
Yeah, yeah. Which
but-
is like our cup of tea, but
Yeah. And like, I mean, he'll make jokes about like, what if the A team is the gay team and they drive around raping homeless guys? You know what I mean? Like, he'll have like a bit like that, and it's like, yeah, you can't do that in front of a stage of anyone.
there's one joke I think of a lot, and it's he talks about alopecia and how what if that was like one of those diseases that's named after somebody like Lou Gehrig's. It's like there's some black lady that's like, hello, my name is Alopecia Witherspoon. I work customer service at T-Mobile, and I ain't got no damn hair.
Dude, he put out a clip a couple months ago about like the old timey photographers and how they
Oh, yeah.
that'd be the best job for a pedophile. You just go behind the curtain, like they bring in the
Yeah,
little
which
boy.
is another thing. It's like
dressed like
he makes
Donald
that
Duck.
joke about pedophile. It's like Stav.
Yeah, see, and it's funny too because like,
Stav says dark shit too, but
yeah,
not like
which
that.
Nick Mullen's been molested. You know what I mean? Like he's talked about it a little bit on the podcast. And it's like I think he's had a lot of fucked up shit. I mean, if you look into his eyes, you just see a tortured soul.
Yeah.
He has the eyes of a fucking shark. You know what I mean? Like he's just so like, it looks like he's died inside. And so I feel like the only thing that makes him laugh is just the most fucked up shit you can imagine.
Well, that's
In
why
a
we
lot of
drove
ways.
to fucking South Carolina to see him, because you said this might be my only time to see him before he kills himself.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like,
saw him at Skankfest in Vegas like a couple times. He was probably doing the best, and then that material came out on Year of the Dragon.
yeah, that's why I hate when people say like you can't joke about getting like molesting people. Like what the fuck? What about the people that got molested? And it's like I am a person that got molested. You know what I mean? Like I'm the one saying it. So
Another one from
were you molested?
Year of the Dragon, where it's like they're trying to explain like how COVID was an accident, like a car crash. It just like it happens. It wasn't supposed to happen, or they did it on purpose. He's like, are you saying that COVID, the outbreak, was like a car crash because most likely a Chinese person did it? All right, I'm just gonna stop doing Nick Mullen bits.
Yeah, nah. I think he's funnier on podcasts than on stand up.
Which is something I actually appreciate. I listen to way more comedy podcasts than I do stand up specials.
Oh yeah, same.
I don't know. I thought Year of the Dragon was great.
Year of the Dragon's great, yeah. But like there's something about podcast humor that's like the most genuine form of them, because they're literally just like hanging out. Like
Yeah.
Matt and Shane talking is just like how they talk.
Yeah, you can tell that their relationship is so just like fucking with each other
Yeah.
all the time. And I just don't think like that.
Yeah.
I want to. I wish I could like come up with something really fucking funny to say or do, some little prank, whatever, some way to fuck with somebody and it like actually kill the way that they do it. But they've been doing that for years.
And they just come in and talk about what they've been thinking about lately, which is like what Nick Mullen would just throw out like ideas and premises
Yeah.
on Cumtown.
I hate to say it, but my mind's fucking empty most of the day. My shit's fucking tuned out, cause
Dude.
my shit is I'm meditation mode throughout most of the day. That's what I'm gonna call it.
If you hit the sensory deprivation tank, that'll bring something out of you, dude.
Oh yeah. This guy went on a fucking sensory deprivation tank.
Yeah.
That was a slick little transition there.
Yeah.
That was almost not planned. Wait, hold on.
No,
Before we go to
wait.
that, we got to finish talking about favorite comedians.
Oh yeah, no, we don't even need to talk about it.
Nah,
I was just saying that did help me with some material.
Yeah.
Just let my mind just fucking wander.
But so you took a gram of how much mushrooms did you take?
Just a gram.
A gram of mushrooms, and you went to how long is the tank dive?
90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you have an escape button?
Well, I got in, and she was like, to turn off the lights. There's just 2 buttons in there by your feet. You can't miss them when you get in. And then I got in, and I like laid down the water, and it's 10,000 pounds of Epsom salt in this water, so it's the most salty water of all time. And my nose itched, and I was like, oh damn, my nose itches. And I reached up, and I just got salt water in my mouth and in my eyes. And then I was like, all right, we got to find the light, because there's like a towel on the door somewhere. And then I was trying to find the lights. She's like, oh, you can't miss it. And I was like, oh, you know when you can miss it? When it's pitch fucking black in there and you can't find anything.
Hold on. How big is the chamber? You could stand up in there?
It's like from me to the end of that couch. And
Alright,
it's
so
probably
maybe like
it's
3
only like
yards.
this wide too. It's like probably like
Like 3 by 2 yards, maybe.
yeah.
It's like a big coffin, right? But you like come in from the side.
It's
How
pretty
tall?
spacious.
How high up?
It's pretty high. It's probably like from there to right here. From
Okay.
like
Could you like kind of like Spider-Man your way out? Like put one leg on one wall and one.
you
the
had
other,
like
and-
you had like half a foot from like your head to the back, from your feet down, and from like your arms to the side. So it's like you felt like you had a good amount of space. You just float on the water there, and it's pretty intense when you first get in. The lights, the motion sensor lights go out. It feels like, have you ever seen Interstellar? Or like any movie where they're traveling in space for a long period of time,
Yeah.
and they like are like, all right, we need to get in these like sleeping pods that like you zip up a bag and it's like fills with water and like preserves you for longer, I guess, so you don't have to eat food. It felt like that. I was like, I'm going to space, and I was like, this is crazy. And then the lights went off, and there's like ambient music that's been playing this whole time, very quietly, and then like after a couple seconds, that just fades away, and it's just pitch black.
Dude, what fucking Zeppelin just started fucking ripping, dog.
When I got in, there's a fire alarm above the door, and I was like, dude, that would suck so much dick to be butt naked in salt water, and then just like a fire alarm goes out, and you're like in complete darkness and silence, and then it's always like, and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
Did you have any visual hallucinations? Were any hallucinations at all?
I was trying to keep a good memory list of like all the stuff I thought of while I was like, I need to write this down. I was like, I wanted to like get a log of the experience as best as I could, but I was also like fighting for my life.
What do you mean by that?
Just like, I don't know. It's just the weirdest thing ever.
Trying not to kill
Does it
yourself
feel
in
like,
the tank.
do you feel like anxiety?
Yes. When it becomes completely dark and silent, you're like, oh, I'm locked in here for an hour and a half of just complete darkness. And like, I remembered for some reason when it first started, I was like, oh yeah, I was afraid of the dark as a kid. And then I'm just like floating in a void. And then like after a while, I was like, dude, what if like this is what atheists expect? And I was like, dude, they need to sign up for something, because this fucking blows.
Dude, that would be terrifying if like that's actually what happens when you do like interstellar space poo poo. When you do interstellar space travel, like you just go into the pod and you're frozen, but you're actually just conscious the entire time.
Yes, it was, dude. It's like insane. And then like what happens too is you lose time as a reference point. So like I got the salt water in my face. I'm like, all right, we're off to a terrible start. I couldn't find the fucking towel. We're just gonna ride it off. I'm like, I've probably you keep a log. You're like, all right, maybe I've been in here. There's no time. There's no clock anywhere. So you're like, maybe I've been in here for 3 minutes, and that was a shitty fucking start. I think about the atheist thing. I think about the Chilean miners thing, and then I'm like, how long have I been in here? Maybe 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour. I have no fucking idea. And the whole time you're like, all right, I think I've got enough out of this. Like maybe I should get out right now. And then I was like, I just can't be a pussy. I have to wait till the end, because what if I get out and I go ask the lady in front, but hey, by the way, how long was I in there for? She's like, oh, you were in there for about 17 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck?
45 seconds.
Yeah.
What?
I was like, no, dude, I'm staying in
Did you
here.
just say run? Charlie, run.
But yeah, I was like, it's just a mental battle to stay in there with nothing. And I was like, I wanted to get out early, and then just not knowing what time it is. Like, because imagine like you always have time as a reference point. Because like whenever I'm at work, I always know what time it is. I'm like, how much longer? Or it's 3 o'clock. All right, I got 2 more hours, so I can leave.
Now looking back, how far into the trip per se do you think that the salt water on the face happened?
Oh, it was at the very beginning. Like it was a shit start. Yeah, the first couple minutes was like, I was like, all right, well, I just wasted the first couple minutes just like fucking around with salt water in my eyes and mouth and just like not enjoying this.
But then it seemed like forever after that.
But no, you just steady have like, then I think about the atheist thing. Then my mind wanders onto something else. I'm like, how long have I been here for? 15 minutes? I don't know. And then I think about the Chilean miners. And then I just start thinking about time as a reference point. And I'm like, how long have I been? Like, you just keep circling back to like, what fucking time is it?
Right.
And then, but just like not knowing when it will end. And you just get like, especially on mushrooms, like you just get a lot, you go through just like fear, anxiety, happiness. And then like, I try to like talk to myself like, dude, like I'll be fine. Like you really take a real self inventory when you're just sitting alone by yourself and just.
Did you have any realizations about yourself?
I was like kind of nervous about, because I'm very stimulated a lot with like, I'm always listening to comedy podcasts. Like I'm always like feeding myself something. Yeah, I'm doing one right now. I'm always like trying to think of jokes, which is kind of what I did in there too. But that's something like a visual stimulus, like my phone, like getting on Instagram, listening to a comedy podcast. I was like, I'm always doing that. And it's like, it's kind of weird to force myself to just sit in fucking darkness for 90 minutes. I was like, I don't know why I did this, but I think it was pretty cool. You really just get to look at, just like deal with yourself for 90 minutes.
It's interesting how like if you just like binge shit and turn your brain off long enough, when you take that input away, your output is almost like immediate.
Yeah.
Like I know, because I feel like I'm the same way, where like I'm definitely, normally have like a podcast playing or music or fucking scrolling.
Yeah, and you're just literally just silencing your internal monologue.
Yeah.
Which feels good. It feels good to not be like having your fucking voice in your head. Just to like hear somebody funny conversation on a comedy podcast.
Yeah.
So it's like I do that a lot. Like I literally listen to comedy podcasts all day at work. So it's like I'm not letting my internal monologue ride at all. And then this was just like, it's just me and the internal monologue for 90 minutes.
Yeah. It's such an interesting thing, but I don't know if I could do it, honestly.
Yeah. But
Panic attack.
yeah, it is. I recommend doing it sober the first time.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask, like, why the shrooms the first time?
Yeah. I've heard some people say they've done it on edibles, which I think might be worse than shrooms.
The first time?
Shrooms dilate your reference of time as well, so that's why I was kind of like digging on the like where did this actually happen with the salt water in the face. Like
sometimes when I do shrooms, I feel like time just flies. I don't know.
It's weird, man. I feel like it's been different for me. Like
when it's really hitting, it feels very slow.
Yeah.
But if I'm just like chilling, it feels like time flies very fast. Oh yeah, fuck. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but so the whole time I'm like, after the Chilean miners thing, I'm like, all right, it's either been 15 minutes or an hour. I'm not quite sure. Somewhere in between 15 minutes and an hour. And then like I just start thinking about some other stuff, and then the music comes back on, and I was like, holy shit, I did it. That was 90 minutes. And then I got out of the water and the lights came on, and you like take a shower to wash the salt water off. And it's kind of like, it's almost like a weird comparison, but like taking a shower after like a sexual abuse. You're just like trying to like come back to reality. Like, what the fuck was that? And I like went and got in my car. Oh yeah, but what I was saying when you were in the bathroom is like, it is like, whenever you're doing stuff throughout the day or listening to music or a comedy podcast, you're just silencing your internal monologue. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're just entertained like you have background noise, so it's like you're not listening to the voice in your head, and then like doing this was like you're just locked in darkness with your internal monologue for 90 minutes.
Yeah, that's kind of felt how it felt when I did the solo pod. I even kind of touched on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
It is a weird, unsettling feeling.
yeah, it felt weird just to sit down there and just talk to myself. Like, I actually think I did all right, but
Yeah, you did good.
Yeah, it was fun.
but like to do like an hour of that, I think that'll be a little tough.
Yeah. And to do it consistently. There's some people that do like
Yeah,
an hour a week by themselves.
yeah, I'm probably gonna get to that point. I'm probably gonna try to release another solo episode soon. I think right now I'm gonna try to aim for 30. Try to work my way up.
I'm gonna do them, but on like fighting. I'm just gonna talk about fighting because I
Yeah.
wanted to do one about Alex Burr. That's something that I could literally sit down and talk about fighting for an hour. But like, if that's probably the only thing I could talk about for an hour,
Yeah.
honestly. But also, when I got out of the sensory deprivation tank, I went and sat in my car for like 5 minutes, which is my mouth was just like open the whole time. I was kind of like in shock. And I was like, all right, I guess I should drive home. And like, anytime I drive home, I usually like queue up a podcast. And like, on the way there, I listen to lo-fi beats to like just keep it a
Yeah.
chill mood. And I was like, I don't want to listen to
Start
anything.
freestyling.
Yeah, I actually did freestyle on the way there a lot. But yeah, on the way home, I was like, I don't even want to listen to a podcast or music. I just want to fucking,
I don't want to listen to my bitch wife.
I just want to sit in silence.
You probably had to think about a little bit what just happened, right?
Yeah, I was kind of like unwinding from it.
Yeah. Damn. Would you say it kind of feels like coming out of a trip?
Yeah, it was the most psychedelic experience I've had for sure. Because even like without trims, it's pretty psychedelic, dude. Just like going to a dark void for 90
Yeah.
minutes, but like with just a little bit, it's just like wow. Doing a lot would be insane. I couldn't imagine. Like I would go back and do one again, but I couldn't imagine doing like an 8th or something. That would be fucking insane.
Jeez, that could be
Yeah.
a world record.
That'd be
Most
crazy.
shrooms done in a sensory deprivation tank.
An 8th, you think?
Danny Brown did acid in it one time.
Ooh.
Because he said he used to do edibles in it, and he'd go sit in there for a long time. But he was like, one time they did acid, and he got out early. He said, "So I got out way early." I was like, "This is scary."
Yeah, Joe Rogan said he would do edibles and do the tank.
Yeah, I don't think I could do. I feel like edibles give me more anxiety.
Yeah, but that's why he likes them. He says.
Yeah. Yeah, you need.
freak.
Yeah,
you're,
he's a fucking freak.
you're going in there for fucking. It's a mental exercise.
Yeah.
Dude. It's a fucking. You get something out. It's hard to explain.
I'm just picturing myself like beating on the door, like "Let me out!"
Yeah.
I was at a weird point
Claw
too, where I
marks
was.
on the door.
It's
First
hard.
person to die in a sensory deprivation tank.
It's hard for me to sometimes fucking unplug and like explore some ideas. And I was like, man, I haven't thought of. I mean, I'm always thinking of new material, but I got good material from sitting down and fucking just stripping myself of stimulus for 90 minutes. I felt like it slowed my mind down to be like, put these together. And then I had got like 3 or 4 bits within 24 hours out of that. Like the whole set I've been doing lately is all stuff that credited to the sensory deprivation tank experience.
Hell yeah, dude.
They're doing buy one get one free too.
They're doing BOGOs?
This podcast is brought to you by Uptown Float.
I didn't realize this, dude. If it's your first time, they have a deal that's like $17 off, which I didn't fucking see.
How much does it
Yeah.
cost?
If you want to do 90 in it with the deal, it's like 69, I think.
God damn.
It's kind of high. I think I'm only gonna do it once or twice a year.
But
If you
think about
leave-
how much
you
those
leave
machines
early-
cost.
It is legal psychedelics though.
But you leave early, you got to pay the whole price still. I assume you pay before.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good incentive. To
You also have to
So-
say you're
Yeah.
not. You also have to say you're not on drugs when you get in it. And I was like, what the fuck? And you can't.
Fine, I'm not on.
And they tell you can't pee in it. So I like didn't drink water beforehand, which sucked because the water's warm and I was super dehydrated after I got
Dude,
out.
yeah,
Damn.
90 minutes without peeing. I drink so much
Damn.
water. That'd be an
So where are you
an
And you're
exercise
sitting
going
in
into
water,
it.
but it's warm.
So where are you supposed to shoot your fucking load after the?
I guess you
I
could
didn't say anything about
Hey.
cum.
if you have to pee, you could get out and just pee in the shower. That there's literally a shower right next to it.
When do they negotiate the hand job and the?
But then you fucking ruin the experience because like you're supposed to be submerged in this fucking darkness for.
So they're not jerking you off
Yeah.
in this thing?
What's the least amount of time you can do? 15 minutes?
I mean, you can get out as early. I mean, you can
No,
pay for
like,
90 and just walk.
Yeah,
you just peek in there and be like, "All right, I'll see you later."
Yeah, but what you can pay for.
Yeah, what you
like,
can pay for.
You can pay for 60.
So
Damn, that's
60 is the
least.
lowest?
60 is the lowest. I
Damn.
think.
'Cause I'd give them $20 for like 10 minutes.
I mean, if you send them an email, you could probably do it. I mean, they're probably looking for money. They're giving out
probably
deals right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's a hard thing to monetize.
But also, if you buy one or like the BOGO deal, it's both are good for like a year. So you have like a year, which is also, yeah, I'm not trying to do this too often. Like maybe once or twice a year. But it was I wouldn't call it enjoyable, but it was mind expanding is what I will call it.
Sounds like psychedelics to me.
Yeah. And also it I haven't been drinking really.
I'm actually
since.
surprised they're still in business. They've been there for a while.
Yeah.
Like, I remember in high school, the mall had like a flavored oxygen section.
Yeah, I
And
remember
I
that.
remember I went to the mall one day and it was gone. I was like, what?
Mhm.
How's it? And I was like, wait, who the fuck is buying flavored oxygen on the reg? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that makes sense. Of course that business went under. But that place has been there for a few years.
It does help with like I feel like some sort of mental strength. So like people say they do it to like quit cigarettes and stuff like that. And so I was like kind of binging shrooms and I stopped drinking after that. I was like, you know, I'm going to chill on the drinking for a little bit. And
Good.
Damn, Scott, you pussy.
I haven't drank. Well, I did smoke recently, but I haven't done Zyn, like no nicotine or drinking since around then.
As recent as 18 minutes ago.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
drinking and Zyn, so.
Yeah, I want to try to get healthier. I think once I hit the road, I'm probably my free time just gonna go to the gym, because I do think once I am on the road, I'm just gonna have all this free time. You know, I'll be basically almost homeless, just in a place I barely know. And so I was like, what am I gonna do all day? Because I'm not gonna be living in my car. I'm gonna be like living out of it, really. So I just think of what I'm gonna do all day around town. And
I
so I'll just
genuinely
go to
think the
gym.
most healthy thing you can do is just go for a jog. So I feel like that's the most bang for your buck is like going for, like, I feel like I get the best workout after like a 30-minute run or like an hour run. That's a great workout. But like,
Yeah.
if you're
I think
just,
I'm just gonna lift weights.
Run.
Just run.
but it's like, even if you can only, if you can only run for 15 minutes, go run for 15 minutes and just like try to run hard at the end. See if you just getting a good sweat going.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I'm just gonna work out all day. I guess. I don't know. I think I'm probably gonna try to write, and I think it's when I'm start doing a lot of solo podcasts. I think I'll probably do those a lot. I might try to make like kind of chronicle my journeys. You know, I might add video aspect to it. I don't know yet.
That is the traveling comedian trick though, is Planet Fitness memberships. That's where that's where they all
Exactly.
shower.
Yeah, that's where I plan on showering. That's where I plan on getting Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'm just gonna work out all day.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if you wanted to work out, you could just do push-ups, sit-ups, and run, and you could get a good solid workout.
Yeah, but I think if I got weights, I might as well use weights.
Yeah.
And become stronger. And I think that ties into like the kind of the mental fortitude thing. Like I think most of life is really about strengthening your mind,
Yeah.
but strengthening your body is the most important thing you can do to strengthen your mind.
Mhm.
I think actually that's the consensus by every science journal ever,
Yeah.
is working out is only good for you. I don't think there's any downsides unless you do it wrong.
Yeah.
Then you're really fucking up.
You're crossfitting like a dickhead.
So you're saying
Yeah.
steroids are good?
Yeah, you think you're doing CrossFit, you're just throwing dumbbells into the sky and catching them.
With your face.
But that'll probably work something. I'm sure that's probably an exercise.
Yeah.
That'd probably help.
Huberman posted something about how like steady state cardio is the best thing for like mental creativity and just like going out and running for
Yeah.
30 minutes a day or to an hour is like he
Yeah.
recently just posted about
Yeah,
like how
I think I wanna
it increases
try to gain-
dopamine and creativity.
I
Like,
want to
more
try to
than
gain a
anything.
lot of muscle. That way I could burn more calories. Like, 'cause I think if I gain some more muscle, I could eat more freely. Because I think food's going to be the main cost when I'm on the road. That's going to be the hardest thing not to spend.
If you
$1
are
million
working out
on.
more, you will eat more also.
I will, but I could eat more garbage. I guess, and like technically. Because like I do think like I will be hungrier, so I will need more calories. So now I could, if I eat a bag of Doritos, it's not nutrient rich, so I shouldn't eat a bag of Doritos. But if I eat like a Whopper, I feel like
Tornadoes
less
from the gas
damage.
station, cuz.
yeah, it'll do less damage
Get them
to my
fucking
body. I
taquitos.
think.
Yeah, I feel like when I do cardio, I don't get as hungry, but when I lift, if I'm lifting heavy, that's when I'm like I'm putting down calories.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking I'm just gonna eat like beef jerky maybe. I'm thinking maybe buying a dehydrator and making a bunch of beef jerky before I hit the road. And then eat. I'll take maybe like a Coleman grill, little propane one. Maybe with there I could cook basic shit. Cause I'm thinking I'll probably just go to the grocery store, maybe if not every day, then every other day. I think I'll probably eat fresh fruit, cause those last for days too. And the only thing is protein. I don't know where I want to get my protein, but I think I could eat fresh fruit. I'm just gonna drink water, and maybe get the occasional alcoholic beverage, and
A good thing to stretch money on calories, nutrient dense food is like cheap nuts. Nuts are very calorie dense. Like almonds are expensive, but if you get you can get a shitload of peanuts, and that's like it's like peanuts are jacked with calories. Like there's so much, there's a lot of, and you get like a lot of fat, protein,
yeah,
shit like that.
these nuts.
It's not necessarily the most healthy option, but like you could stretch bang for your buck calorie content for dollar. I would say nuts have to be the highest.
I'll probably eat like Spam. Maybe.
Yeah, dude, you can get these
Probably-
nuts
I'll probably
anytime
mostly
you
canned
want.
food. I'll
A
probably
spoon,
get canned soup.
like a spoon
You're
of
trying to get healthy.
Well, my plan is to gain a lot of muscle so I can eat more garbage.
yeah.
Essentially,
Like
so
a
it'll do less
spoon?
damage to me.
So not healthy. Just
Well, yeah, not healthy, but something that I could kind of preserve some level of health, healthier, I guess, a healthier lifestyle.
Like one
Seeing ripped Charlie is gonna be crazy.
dude, your refrigerator is wild. There's just a pot with no food in it, just the remnants of it. Someone put back. There's a quarter of a Corona. Someone put back.
Speaking of, I'm about to go get my other beer out of there and see what other interesting shit I can find.
Drink the rest of
back
that
to the
Corona
con.
because I don't think anybody else will.
No, I think they will. I think that's. I've seen it. I've seen like a half drinking beer and then it's gone.
Dude, that's awful. And why a quarter of it?
I guess saving it for that special moment. I'm not sure. Yeah, I still got some Pabst Blue Ribbon. But yeah, I don't know. I think eating on the road is gonna be hard for me because I like to eat.
yeah.
It's gonna be something, and I think that's also gonna be like a mental test. Like I'm gonna have to survive an extreme discomfort. I'm gonna do a short run first. Like the first run, I might not go too far. Maybe I'll hit Texas.
Yeah, driving cross country is gnarly.
Yeah, I've done it a lot of times. I've driven across the country. I want to say across like the whole country, but I've been from I've driven to Colorado a few times, like
That's
maybe
impressive.
like 3 times.
I
from
did that
Carson
once.
to Columbus, Georgia. That's probably the furthest I've driven, and then of course,
Y'all
I've
did
driven
that
from Columbus to
last year,
Miami.
didn't you?
Mhm.
For like biking.
Mm-hmm.
And I've
Yeah, I
also
did
driven from Columbus to Grand Rapids, Michigan.
That's
Yeah.
gnarly.
I did a solo trip to Vermont from
Yeah,
here.
and I did that one, and I was crazy high. Like I had to pull over and sleep because in the morning, because I went to Grand Rapids. Oh, but I was just in Colorado not that long ago, and so I had like a bunch of edibles, and this guy at the shop was like, "Oh, I got like energy weed or some shit." It was like these little edible pills, basically. And so I remember I took one, and I felt energized, like this is sick. So for the drive, I took 2. And it made me really, really high. I didn't feel any energy at all. And I was driving, and I'd driven like 100 miles or something. And I was like, I should probably pull over and sleep. I think that I'm going to kill people. Which I don't think I was going to kill anyone, but yet. That's why I pulled
Yeah, it
over.
only sucks when you're in like Atlanta traffic. That's when it's like stressful. You have to be like alert and fucking
Yeah.
on edge.
And people drive like maniacs.
Yeah, they're like,
like,
swerving. And it's like, dude, everyone's
Yeah.
stuck. Stop swerving.
I know.
Dude, people say Atlanta's the worst, but when I was coming back from Vermont, dude, New Jersey and like
Oh, yeah.
around New
People
York,
talk about New Jersey
coming-
license plates a lot.
dude, coming in and out of the big cities through there is fucking wild because all the streets are old as fuck up there. The highways, everything, all the infrastructure is fucking old, and so the lanes are narrow as fuck. The lanes are super super narrow, and you've got 18-wheelers, box trucks, regular cars, passenger trucks, all in this like 4-lane highway, and there's nowhere to fucking move back and forth.
Yeah.
And people are just swerving.
It feels like you're gonna hit somebody the whole time. Like New York, coming back from Manhattan to the fucking airport in New York is like that. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is wild. When I was in California, it wasn't that bad. Like, cause I was in LA. I drove in LA, and the traffic was like, it was never that bad. People do drive like maniacs though. People are like driving fast as shit while everyone's going slow. Like, but I see that everywhere. I see that in Atlanta too. Like, people are going slow. This motherfucker's like going fast as shit, and it's like, dude, I've seen so many people cut off people. I'm like, that was like 10% chance of not being an accident. You know what I mean?
Do you want to hear about my road rage incident in New Jersey?
Yeah.
So, I'm coming back.
You got a lighter?
I also want to hear about
Do I
the
have
guy
a
that
lighter?
yelled at you last year when you were on that bike in town.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, remind me about that after this. So I'm coming back from this mountain bike skills coaching certification, right? And I'm driving back through New Jersey. Shit's crazy, and I don't even really remember how it happened. But like, this guy cuts me off. I honked at him one time just to be like, "Hey man, that wasn't fucking necessary," you know, nothing crazy. And then he like swerves over into the other lane, slams on brakes, gets beside me, was like throwing his fucking fist up and all this, and I'm just like, dog, like, you fucking cut me off and you're mad that I just gave you a little toot, like, whatever. All right. And I may have flicked him a bird and told him to go fuck himself at that point, but my window was rolled down and he like spat and tried to make it into my window and missed. It just went onto my windshield. And I was like, oh, you motherfucker, dude. Like, it wasn't that he spat on my truck. It was the fact that he was going for my window and, like, he was trying to hit me. He was on my passenger side. And so the likelihood of it hitting me was very, very unlikely. And I don't know what condition my sinuses were in at the point, but apparently it was the perfect amount for me to hock a loogie. And I spat the most perfect loogie that I'm not this type. I've never spat on anybody before in my life. I swear on everything.
Only shat on him.
Only shat on him. And shout out to Mike Murphy. And I hocked the most perfect loogie, and it went out my window through his, and I'm pretty sure it landed in his lap because he like looked down and was like just fucking furious, dog. And I was like, and there's not really anywhere to go. We're still in standstill traffic, dude. There's nowhere to fucking go. And he like slammed on brakes and like got out for a second, and like traffic started moving a little bit, so like he had to get back in his car because we were just like pulling away. But then that was it. He like pulled off on the exit, and then I kept going, and I never heard anything of it. So if that guy's looking for the person who did it, it was me. Go fuck yourself. You're an asshole.
He's 100% listening.
Yeah. He probably is. There's millions.
CHARLAR's top listener.
Yeah.
I think I got flicked off on my way to Atlanta, actually. I couldn't tell, or on my way back home from Atlanta, because it was kind of bad traffic, and I let people go in front of me. Like, I don't give a shit. And then some lady had her blinker on to my right, kind of ahead a little bit, and so I slowed down, and then I guess she couldn't tell. I guess she didn't think I was far back enough or something. I mean, it was kind of tight, and she stuck her hand out the window, started like waving, I guess trying to signal me that she's trying to get in. And I was like, yeah, I'm slowing down. You know, like, you tell the guys behind me to fucking slow down a little more so I can. And then she was kind of, as she was going in, I swear I saw her turn to the bird. Like, I flipped to the middle finger and she put it back in.
Probably just been like that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell though because it was dark and she was black. And and so like her hand, I could only kind of see from like barely. And then towards the end, it looked like she held her middle finger up. Like, it felt like it was like a solid maybe like 10 seconds. And she put it back in. And I couldn't tell if it was the middle finger or her hand was waving weird. But she may have flipped me off, that fucking bitch. License plate AG, no.
I was coming up on Manchester one time, going home, and I pulled up at a red light, nothing out of the norm, and the guy in front of me gets out of his truck and he starts yelling. I'm like, damn, this guy's mad at somebody. And he starts getting closer. I'm like, oh, he's yelling at me. And he's like, get the fuck off my bumper. Get the fuck off my bumper. He starts slamming on the hood of my car.
What the fuck?
And then he gets in my window and he's just like, you want me to blow your fucking head off? And this is when I realized that my fight or flight response to like imminent danger is just to laugh. So I just start laughing. And there's people like creeping by, like, do you want me to call the cops? I'm like, this fucking guy.
Get a load of this guy.
Yeah, I was like,
Cocking a shotgun.
yeah.
Is it a white dude?
Dude, that's the most fucked up part of
He's
this
Asian.
thing.
No.
He looked exactly like Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
This
I was
old
expecting
white guy in a
white
truck.
guy.
He was crazy for sure because I was not on his bumper, and like I couldn't even rationalize that to him. I was just like, that was my fear response, was just
Yeah, and I've never seen you follow anyone like close like that either. And I've been in the car with you for many hours, I'd say.
yeah. And I don't know what that guy's deal was.
Yeah,
And
John drives like a grandma.
I drive pretty reckless.
I was
but-
trying to guess the race based off the clues, but if he's slamming on the hood and yelling, usually white guys are the ones that spaz.
He could have been on something, and that's what my dad asked me when I told him about it. I was like, was he on meth or something? It's like, I don't think so. I think he was just crazy. Just an ornery old
Your dad was like,
Yeah,
where did
my
he get it?
My boss told me that her car was shot at. I
she was
can't
in
remember.
it?
Yeah, well, her and her kids were in it, or her and her son.
Damn.
And I can't remember what street it was on. I think it was like towards towards a downtown area. I think maybe Second Avenue. Can't remember. It's one of the long ones. But she says like, she didn't think they were shooting at her, but like some guy like jumped out of his car, started shooting in like the direction that she was driving towards, and but she thinks it was like someone behind them because then a car like started skirting away, and so she said she just kind of hit a U-turn and sped the fuck out of there. But yeah, she said someone shot at their car.
She hit a U-turn and started going back towards the gunshots.
John Wick.
Yeah. Yeah, what if she hits the guy with the tail of her car?
She's swerving in
drifts
between
on
the
him.
bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, she's doing like the Neo Matrix shit, but it's a full car just soaring through the air. Towards a sideways gun.
Oh, so it was a black guy shooting.
Yeah, she said it was a black guy in a red hoodie.
Sideways gun, black gun.
I know the type.
But yeah. I would have shot back. That was me.
Whether or not I had a gun, I'd
Yeah, I would have shot black too if I was you.
Yeah. I would have dodged the bullets in my car until he ran out, and I'd come on and be like, you missed me, you missed me. And then run him over.
Call him the N-word, tell him he deserves it.
Yeah. Call the police and watch him
God
get shot.
damn it, dude. I'm fucking bombing this
Yeah, I'd
episode,
call the
dude. Fuck.
police and they just form a firing squad around him.
Fuck.
They form a firing squad while he's running away.
Comedy trivia.
That would be
Probably
yeah.
better than anything I'm going to say at this point. 'cause-
We're almost 2 hours in. It's like the sensory deprivation tank plus.
Dude, if we really wanted to get better at comedy, we would have double setted it up. And
Dude, it'd be
went
hilarious. Some guy
to-
does a sensory deprivation tank, but he's listening to CHARLAR podcast.
Yeah, I thought it'd be funny to like take my phone in there and just like scroll Instagram reels.
The entire time. You just warm it wet just on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely wasting it.
But to be honest, if we go next Friday and we go to Bites first, all of us pull up, rip a set really early, and then we all just bail. Like we bail because we have to leave within the first 30
Dude,
minutes.
that's how real fucking comics do it, and
Yeah.
we're real fucking comics. So
I used to leave Giovanna's early to get back to Opelika.
Yeah, you did. You
Yeah, I think I wouldn't mind. Wait, are you talking about like doing no shame and then bailing and doing bites?
No, other way around.
Doing bites and oh yeah,
Because Bites starts
yeah,
first.
Yeah, yeah, I think that I would definitely do that. I think
That's
that'd
how I
be-
used to do Geos.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. Actually, I think that'd be really, really valuable. Because like they say, like it takes 10,000 hours to be an expert at anything. I mean, think about you do stand up. Well, like if you're lucky, 10 minutes a week, 15 minutes a week.
Yeah, if you can get
Like-
2 sets in a night, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I'm getting lucky now where I'm starting able to do 10 minutes. It's like, all right, now one day is actually worth 2 days technically.
Yeah, it's good when you get on Showcase. You can do 10 to
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, And if the mics are kind of empty, you know, like Bryson let me do 10. I was like, that's awesome.
I didn't know that. He didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
I always try to stick with the 5. I also go first, so I feel like I kind of have to just do an intro
Yeah.
fit and get it done.
But yeah, and I got to do 10 in Fatlanta, Thinking Man Tavern. That place was a fucking nightmare. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I mean,
Where was it? Doraville?
Decatur.
Decatur.
Yeah.
Decatur.
One thing I like about my clitoral hood joke is at the end when I talk about it being in the hood, I'd be like, I know we're in, and then name the town.
Dick
And-
haters.
Yeah, and like I know we're in Decatur, and then that gets kind of a laugh. Like, oh, he said my city, huh? Yeah. Dick haters. There are dick haters out there, dude. It's crazy. I saw 2 male to female transgens, and then like 5 lesbians. They hate dick out there. Actually no, because then the male to female lesbians, or I guess male to female transgenders, I don't know if they're lesbian or not. Because then if they're technically straight women, then they actually love dick.
I don't think.
At least half of them, maybe like 25%.
To be honest, I don't think they even know what they are. They got a lot going on.
I'm
starting not to know what I am at this point.
Look, you're a fucking gay retard. It's like Memento. He just comes to me and like, you're a fucking gay retard.
Yeah, you wake up with a tattoo. It's like,
Charlie, I don't really have any direction in life, man. I'm kind of having a hard time figuring out where I should go. Do you have any like what do you see me like as in life?
Don't forget, you're a gay retard. You can do whatever you want.
But like, okay, I get that, but like, what kind of vision do you see long term in my life? Like,
Look, when you think of gay retard, whatever pops in your head, just strive for that.
all right, so
Baseline it
Charlie
there.
needs to hit the improv
Go
class
from there.
tomorrow because
Everything's just gay
repeated
retard.
exactly what he said.
oh, Timothy Rose is playing.
Well, you could have expanded it by saying what you thought of when you think of gay retard.
I was asking for advice on what I should be though. I don't have a direction, Charlie.
Yeah, but you're asking for guidance, so I'm trying to guide you to a vision.
Yeah,
I mean-
what's the vision? How do you? I don't know how I see myself.
Well, I told you you're a gay retard.
Okay, so
A gay
Start
retard.
there. Start there, yeah.
That's a gay retard. That's definitely someone who can't marry.
Yeah. So if you have a
do
girlfriend,
I?
Unless you find
Am I able
another
to
gay
give
retard.
consent?
No, they're really gonna put the
No.
drop the hammer.
Am
on
I
that
am I
one
re-
idea.
am I retarded enough that I'm not able
no,
to
you
give
can
consent?
give consent. You can definitely give because you're gay.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
gay takes precedent over retard.
Yeah, you're a gay retard. You're not just a retard. You look, man.
You're a
You're not
sentient.
just a retard.
You're retard, but you're sentient. To where-
But towards homosexuality.
yeah. You understand sexual desires.
You're gay, but you are a person.
I love the idea of Scott going around describing retarded people
Yeah,
as sentient.
yeah, he's like at a university class.
At Oxford.
Yeah.
So this one, believe it or not,
Yeah.
he is sentient.
He's got those little half glasses, and he's got like a pipe.
What is free will to a retard?
He
They're like,
knows he's gay.
Thank God no one's gonna listen to this point.
Oh, yeah.
They're not gonna get this far.
I literally have a brother who's special needs.
Yeah, you made him that way.
By being gay.
I can't believe you molested him as a child.
Is he gay?
Oh, is that the hammer drop for no one else can say it? Or no one else should say it?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I can say it, guys.
Yeah, because he is a.
Well, I'm a gay retard, so I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I
Oh, I
want.
forgot Reeve and Scott. They're the ones who can say it. And then Charlie, because he describes it so well.
It doesn't. It
Points
doesn't,
out people's
it doesn't really matter.
gay
Yeah, I have an
retardation.
eye for that.
You know, it doesn't really matter what someone's mental abilities though. Like
I don't know.
if they're born with a handicap, that like it doesn't matter what their like physical and mental capabilities are. You know, all that matters is the color of their skin.
Yeah. And if they can get pussy.
If they got a tight fucking butthole,
Because if they can get pussy, we gotta cut that shit off.
dude. If their butthole's loose, dude, I don't even give a shit about them.
It's funny to like start with like a very
Yeah.
progressive idea and then just be like something very anti-progressive at the very end.
Where did we start with a progressive idea?
Where I was like, it doesn't matter if they're mentally
okay.
disabled or anything.
Yeah,
All that
you got
matters,
that in there.
all that matters is the color of their skin.
Yeah, I feel like being retarded would, like I would say it probably suck, but honestly, it's probably not that bad. Like being like really mentally retarded, like you're actually like mentally disabled. You know what I mean? Like, cause you're like, I feel so bad for them. But then I feel like but if you're really bad, I don't think you could even understand how bad it is. You know what I mean? Like you don't understand. You'll never get pussy. You'll never contribute to society as much as everyone else could.
Some people don't, but some people are aware of like their disabilities, which is way worse. Like you want to be the life's fucking chill, dude. You want to be.
You never want to hear somebody be like, "Am I retarded?"
Yeah, see, it's so weird because like you see a guy like Anthony Bourdain. Chappelle has
That was a really
bit
bad
about
impression.
That.
I'm sorry.
Like, I don't know if you guys remember like Chappelle's bit where it's like like Anthony Bourdain killed himself, but then there's a fucking gay retard out there still living. That's not his joke, but like that's kind of the premise. You know what I mean? Like Anthony Bourdain lived this amazing life, or even a guy like Robin Williams. You know what I mean? And then there's some retarded guy that knows he's retarded and he continues to live.
True. Yeah.
Despite how hard it is now to do anything.
Wait, can't some retarded guys get like medically jerked off? Isn't that a thing?
When you know.
Yeah, when did you know about that?
Dude, there is something.
I don't remember it. I thought it was a dream.
There is something fucking like really admirable about people with like disabilities that just fucking grind. Like, it's hard to explain, but like, if you ever see like a handicapped guy at Publix fucking holding it down, you're like, damn, this dude's fucking out here, you know?
Yeah, I do get like whenever I see old people, sometimes I get a feeling like Jesus Christ. Like I think I would just kill myself at that. Like I remember I was going to Publix and it was like an old man. He was shaped like a candy cane. Like his posture was so bad, and he was like walking maybe one step every 3 seconds. You know what I mean? Like just walking at like the most robotic pace. And like this guy, I think he's already dead. You know what I mean? Like he's just going off fucking muscle memory. Like, oh, Publix, oh, Miller Lite, you know what I mean? Whatever he's grabbing, and I got that same feeling in Atlanta. Like, I just went to Atlanta, with my friend Jack. I think you guys met him. He's on the pod, and I know we parked in this really ghetto ass area. I was walking around, and it was like this crackhead bitch, super. I don't know how old she is. She has to be like in her late 40s. And she's also like got the candy cane shaped posture, just fucking like a fucking shrimp, and her one leg's like more muscular than the other one for some reason. You know what I mean? Just waddling around, and all she's saying is like money, basically. Like, all right, money. Waddle to the next person, money. Like just asking for money, just walking around. This bitch lived to 50. Let's fucking money. just never stop walking.
As an NPC.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, what is this woman's life? What were the first 40 years like? Like, and I saw a lot of like homeless people like that. That I was like, these guys are old. And they're out here sleeping on the side of the fucking road.
It turns out she's like actually a very sophisticated master of it. See, like she wears her sweater messed up in a certain way.
Yeah.
And walks around in a certain way. She's like, because if I walk around this kind of crazy, people are more likely to give me money.
Yeah, I saw like a dude sleeping face down on like a bunch of rags or something, but the top of his head was outside of the shade, and the sun was just cooking his bald spot. It was baking. It was a hot day, and it was just baking his fucking bald spot, and it was like shiny and shit, and he was like ashy, and you could see the shine off his fucking ashy ass forehead, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! I was like, I almost feel like I should wake him up and be like, look, man. Your head is cooking.
You just squirt sunscreen on his head. It's like,
Squirt lemon juice and hot sauce on his head.
Like, fuck off, dude. I'm tanning.
yeah, if you put lime on somebody when they're in the sun, it like does like a chemical burn to
Does
their
it
skin.
really?
Yeah. Like,
Holy shit.
it puts like a chemical burn on their skin.
Oh, let's do that to our Jewish friends next time we're out in the sun.
Like if you try to squeeze a lime into like a can Modelo or something, and then you like drink it and you just have like lime juice on your fucking lips, you'll get like a nasty burn on your lips.
Holy shit, I didn't know that. That's like extra devious now that I'm pouring lime juice in this homeless guy's.
Yeah. If you have like that liquid lime juice, you could just walk around the beach and just like spray or like put it in a bottle and mist people with it.
Yeah.
That would be fucking diabolical.
Yeah, I did. I gave a homeless guy, or like me and Jack ate someplace, and then I think we both had leftovers. And we get this home. Soon as I was walking to the bridge, he's like, "Yo, anything?" I was like, "We got this burger." He's like, "Fuck it, yeah, I'll take it."
I'm gluten free, motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah. And then I was like, "I got a little bit of water in this bottle. You want that?" He's like, "Yeah." Like he was like, "Yeah, I want that." Like he almost seemed like, "Dude, look at me." And then he was like, "God bless you." And then he like walked away with like half a burger and like a little bit of water. And I was like, "Dude, that guy was up." And it's funny because then we walked all the way back to the parking spot. We just kind of walked across Atlanta. It was funny too because we went to the art museum that they have there. Like we went there and like, we parked far as fuck. We took the train. Dude, we took the train. Like we were in the ghetto, and I was like, I don't even know how to get to the museum. But I was like, fuck it, let's just see what the fuck happened. Let's go to Atlanta and then let's go to the museum. And so like I guess we'll take the train there and go to the train. None of the machines worked. Literally none of them. And then there was some like crackhead like speaking to me like in mumbles, and then I realized he was speaking to me in Spanish, and I was like, oh shit. And he was like, you guys need help? And I was like, yeah. I was like, none of these machines work. How are we supposed to get on the train? And then he kind of disappeared. Me and him still trying to figure out the train. And then a worker shows up. Like, he called a worker. And then he was like, and she's like, did you try this machine? I was like, I tried all of them. And she's like, all right, well, did you try this one? I was like, yeah. And she's like, let me see. And she tried. Like, okay, that didn't work. And then she just let me go on the train let us both go on the train for free. And she's like, just pay on your way out. And then,
You can tell those workers are always used to dealing with fucking dumbasses because they're like, no, did you try this one?
Yeah.
Did you actually do it?
Yeah.
And she's like, let me fucking do it here. And then she's like, oh, okay, you're not one of those.
yeah, and the Dominican guy's like, oh, where are you guys headed? I was like, oh, we're trying to go to the art museum. He's like, okay, well, you want to take this train there and you'll just get off like here. And I was like, bet. And then I fucking so like we go in for free. The guy kind of just walks off, starts being a crackhead again. We had to go to the bathroom. That's actually the main reason we took the train, actually, because he needed to go to the bathroom real bad. And everywhere was infested with crackheads. Like we were like, maybe this store is full of crackheads and no bathroom at all. We walked into a pharmacy. It had like bulletproof windows, metal bars, fucking minigun behind the counter, just waiting for the waves of crackheads to break in, and no bathroom there. And so we go into the bathroom, and there's just a crackhead guy just with his dick out, standing too far behind the urinal. Like I guess he was done pissing. I don't know what he was doing, but his dick was just out, and he was just standing too far behind the urinal. So you could, as soon as you walk in, you'd see a guy with his dick out, basically. And then whenever I walked in, he kind of zipped his dick back in and just left. And I pissed, went on the train, and just walked to the bus or to the museum. And it was pretty cool. The museum theme was black people, and so they had like galleries about like, look at what black people made right now, and it's like, oh, that's pretty neat. You know?
Look how we used to get to sell them.
Yeah, and then and then there's like the historical section. Like, look what.
Hey, that was pretty good, Scott. I don't know why you didn't fucking laugh at that. That was pretty good.
And it's like, well, black people made way back then, and look what they're making somewhere over here on the map, and that was basically the whole museum. $50 to get in. He paid for my ticket, but I was like, I don't know if I pay $50 to go here again.
It's just like a mosaic of hot Cheetos.
It did have some really like, I guess like impressive art. Like it was like a marble statue, and it was chiseled to where like the cloth on the woman looked see through. Like that's actually crazy skill right there. Like I don't think I'm ever gonna see something in person like this again. But
You were talking about wanting to hit the road and do this. I heard Big J was talking about like there's Spanish speaking comics that just do like the Mexican scene in Texas that like nobody's ever heard of, and they make like $300,000 a year.
oh, dude, I already know. Like I'm already aware about the Hispanic scene, dude. Hispanics rock. They love shit a lot.
White guy tries to tell Spanish guy about Spanish shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think being white makes them not an expert on Mexican.
Maybe more so.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a
Hired
Mexican
them.
painting my house today. I'm very familiar.
There you go.
I had a rose con pollo last night for dinner.
I need to get into the Spanish thing for
I go
real.
to Mexican
I really
restaurants
do.
all the time.
Yeah, I really do need to get into it. It's just, and I need to stop being a bitch. I just don't do it because it's really hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, it's like different.
Like, because like my life is in English. You know,
Yeah.
like these guys talk about their life, but they speak it.
Yeah, they're speaking it all the time. Yeah.
And like I'm not speaking it all the time, so it's hard for me to relate with all their slang that they say. Like
Yeah.
I talk like a very proper Spanish.
Yeah, you would sound
Yeah, I sound
English,
American,
yeah.
exactly. Like so it's hard for me to get to like the level I am now in English comedy. But I told myself I want to get better at English comedy first,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna give Spanish comedy a go. But yeah, dude, Spanish people they come to the shows. They're super supportive, and yeah, and it pays. Like I know I've met some guy from Atlanta. He's run comedy shows, and he's open for people that are like super famous in the like Hispanic world.
Mhm.
I was like, I met this guy. You know what I mean? Like, and he's fucking doing. I don't even know how much he's getting paid, but that's amazing that he's opening for these really nice high class acts.
Yeah, it is like a dope niche, being like a Spanish speaking comic
Yeah.
or any
I
language really.
I need to try it again. I definitely need to try to go back up.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I
Getting into Spanish comedy.
Yeah.
need to get into. I need to get fluent. I can only understand a decent amount of it. It would take so long for me to even be able to speak it.
But it actually doesn't matter that much because there were comics that were going up that only kind of spoke Spanish, and but they were like some of them were like very white looking, but they spoke Spanish, but they grew up in the United States or whatever, and so that's what their act was about, and that would also get a lot of reception.
Yeah.
There's a
Like my parents are
name?
immigrants. They tell me all the time.
I'm like, "Que pasa?"
can't remember his name. He's I think he goes to the laughing school all the time. One of the Hispanic guy that I met was Juan Rios. I can't remember the other guy's name. I think his name's Pierre. Pierre or something. Yeah. But the guy's name was Pierre, and he doesn't speak Spanish. Well, he does like enough, and he has like a set about, I guess, like learning Spanish and stuff, and that kills. Like, and he gets a lot of laughs, and he was on some of the shows that I did, where and like he was the only guy that I mostly spoke English, but he was able to make a little niche in, trying to dig into the Spanish crowds, because you could speak English, you're still in the United States, so they still understand. That's what I'm realizing too. Like, it doesn't have to be completely in Spanish.
Yeah. There's a guy that kind of looks like Bryson that's on SNL. His name's Marcelo, but he's like half Dominican, and like his entire set's about having like a Latino mom, pretty much, and like the difference between like Latino parents and like his friends' parents.
Yeah.
And like having immigrant parents, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I think other cultures are always a huge market. Like, and you know about Russell Peters?
Yeah.
Like Russell.
He's
Peters,
got India on lock.
I mean, he goes to any country and just like makes jokes about their country and their culture and stuff, and they love it. I mean,
I think
crushes.
he might also be Canadian or something. I don't know.
I think he is Canadian.
Yeah. He's like Indian Canadian.
Yeah. What are you gonna say?
It's like, oh, so he's fucking weird and smells like shit.
Advice to new comics: try comedy in a language that you don't speak well early on.
Dude, that was a banging topic. I'm not gonna lie. The rest of my list was bullshit, but I was like, you know what? Comedy advice was a good one.
That was a good one.
Wait, no, you said something about things going on in the local scene. I guess we kind of did that already.
We kind of talked about rooms and all that.
I do think some games would be good to come up with. Games would be fun.
Dude, I wanted to play a couple of those fucking comedy trivia games I was looking at earlier. I barely even looked in.
You guys want to do one right now?
Yeah, let's do the.
How long?
How about
I gotta get out of here.
There's an
It's
8.
pretty late.
There's a,
fastest time to get a
There's a
World
boner?
record.
the one I sent is an 8-minute game.
I can do 8 minutes.
All
It's
right.
on. If you just type in comedy trivia game.
All right.
I mean, Scott, you're probably gonna ace it. That's probably why you
He's
looked
been
it up.
studying for this shit.
No, I just saw it and I was like, damn, I kind of want to play this. But there's so many different websites. This was just the first one I clicked on. Just comedy trivia game, and then it's called what is it? It's like I'll know it once it pops up.
High speed internet here at the
Charlie pulls up child porn trivia game.
this one.
It's Sporkle, that one. But there's so many different ones that you could do. If you scroll down,
Shakespeare.
yeah, there's a bunch of like random bullshit.
All right, let's see. A TV comedy scene. Loud.
There's one with George Carlin on it that's about stand-up comedy. If you scroll down,
comedy.
a lot of it's comedy movies, but there's one with George Carlin coming up.
What if I look up stand-up comedy
Right
trivia?
there. Finish the famous,
Finish the famous joke. All right.
which they're.
I think I'm gonna do shit at this because
yeah.
I don't like. I haven't watched it.
I don't know. I guess they have 30 jokes.
Is this the tutorial?
No, I
What
think
is this? A virus?
I don't even. You have to click play quiz or something.
Oh fuck! This is gonna download fucking child porn to my computer.
There's an anti-joke.
So it's gonna add to your collection.
A word to the wise ain't necessary. It's the blank ones who need the advice. The cinnamon. Oh, and this is the kickboxing. Where's the? How do we answer this?
Wait, go up. Hold on.
There is a quiz playlist of anti-jokes and shit.
Yeah,
like
look, there's
that,
a word bank right there.
Oh, this
It's the
Farm.
stupid one.
Teachers, stupid
I
ones.
It's
think
the
it's
asleep
stupid.
ones.
Stupid.
I bet it's stupid.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I had dyslexia. I would write about it in my. I would write it about it in my thesaurus.
Dairy. It's dairy.
Yeah.
Diary.
Yeah, my love life is like a fairy tale. It's
Not real. Something fake.
it's guidelines. It's thesaurus. It's ghetto.
Grim.
It probably is grim.
Grim. Yeah.
Nice. A cannibal is a guy who goes into a restaurant and orders the waiter.
Waiter. Yeah.
I have flabby thighs, but fortunately my blank covers them.
Pussy.
Where's pussy?
The
The tits.
Is there stomach
It's
somewhere?
probably stomach.
Yeah.
The trouble with eating Italian food is that 5 or 6 days later, you're
Gay.
ghetto. You're teachers again.
Hungry. It's hungry because it's 6 days later. It's supposed to be funny.
Oh, where the fuck is hungry? There it is. I intend to live forever, or die trying.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah. I probably should have vetted this game first. I guess.
There's so little money in my bank account. My scenic check shows a disease.
Farmers. I don't. No, ghetto. Ghetto. Yeah, it's ghetto.
A computer once beat me at chess, but it was no match for me at run.
Ambulances.
Kickboxing.
My education was dismal. I went to a series of schools for mentally disturbed
Farmers.
teachers.
Teachers or farmers?
It says education, so maybe teachers.
Teachers. Yeah.
When I eventually met Mr. Wright, I had no idea that his first name was.
Ambulances.
Loser.
It was Lisp.
Disease.
Always right. It's always right.
Oh, yeah.
That's gay.
Whose cruel idea was it for the word blank to have an S in it? George Carlin.
Lisp.
Lisp. Yeah. My wife dresses to kill. She blinks the same way. She fucks.
Cooks.
Oh,
Run.
that's your cook. There it is. A recent police study found that you're much more likely to get shot by a fat cop if you run.
Black.
If you black. My wife and I were happy for 20 years. Then we got married. Oh, then we met.
Then we met. Yeah.
Yeah. How I
That's a
met you.
Rodney Dangerfield for sure.
You know what burns me? Fire. Ambulances. Diseases? Disease?
Matches.
Matches.
Matches. Traffic signals in New York are just rough.
Guidelines.
Contraceptives should be used on all blank occasions.
Conceivable.
As women well know, the reason men are no good at playing dumb is most of the time we're not playing. Good one, Larry Miller. If I ever saw an amputee getting hanged, I'd probably just start calling out.
Letters.
Letters. Yeah. That's funny.
Nice one, Dimitri Martin. What's another word for blank? What's another word?
Thesaurus.
I like staying in hotels. I like their tiny soap. Oh, wait, this is Jerry Seinfeld. I like staying in hotels. I like their tiny soap.
My
This is adorable.
balls.
I like to
My
pretend it's
snake.
regular size, and my dick is huge. and my snake. and my muscles. He could have done a way better
Way better
word
word,
than
yeah.
muscles. My thighs, my tits. I live in a neighborhood so bad that you can get shot while.
Getting shot.
Black.
First, the doctor told me the good news. I was going to have a blank named after me. Disease. I do not participate in any sport with blank at the bottom of a hill. Believer?
Ambulances.
With ambulances?
That's me, baby.
true. Yeah.
All my life, I always wanted to be somebody. Now I see that I should have been more specific. More loser.
More loose.
This was Reeve earlier. Well, now he knows he needs to be a gay retard. Promised some people this week that I would water their plants and take care of their animals while they went on vacation. Bad idea. The people
Farmers.
are farmers. I don't really think I need buns of steel. I'd be happy with buns of cinnamon.
That's fucking.
That's
Good
not
one,
legit.
Ellen.
Yeah.
Good one, Ellen. Go
She said
whip
a special
twink.
come out on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Go whip a twink in the set of Ellen show, you bitch. Dog shit joke. I'm glad Ellen show's going down.
It's probably Snake.
Always carry a flagon faggot of whiskey in case of snake bite, and furthermore, always carry a small snake. Good one, W.C. Fields.
Yeah, who is that? Like a fucking
Yeah.
1600s English guy?
Yeah, what the fuck?
The king.
The king of comedy, W.C. Fields. If at first you don't succeed, find out if the loser gets anything. God, I love William Lyon Phelps. You know, top 10, William Lyon Phelps, W.C. Fields.
Oh,
God damn it! I should have vetted this game.
Yeah, this is dog shit, dude. Fuck you.
well, my biggest problem was like scanning all the words.
The average score is 87%. Who are these retards
We got
that couldn't put that together? They're like,
I got
oh,
100%.
yeah, how do you not just
context clue.
yeah. This has to be an IQ test. It is.
God damn it! I wish I found
It is
funner
an IQ
games.
test.
I should have played.
About 15% of people are actually have too low of an IQ to you join the
No,
army.
like I said, part of the game for me was like a word search, like trying to find the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mostly like that. I mean, that was kind of fun. I don't
Yeah.
think it ripped more viewers or anything. Like Reeves on his fucking phone watching gay porn.
I'll do more research on better games.
Dimitri Martin was a guy I grew up on.
I love
Comedy
Dimitri.
Central, he's so funny.
Yeah. I love Mitch.
Hey, would y'all be cool if I just started jerking off right now? Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
I would be cool with it, but I couldn't stop you.
Yeah, I couldn't stop you. Scott, I, don't know. It's up
I'm
to
just
you.
trying to be like,
Scott, can you jack off in here?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I jerked off in my car before the last pod.
Nice. We should all jack off during the pod, like Edge.
that would be a new
That would be
new
a
pod
unique idea.
concept right there.
Yeah.
It's just jerking off
Yeah.
during the pod.
Call it the Edge.
You can't say anything until you finish.
Well, man, we got to boost numbers somehow.
Yeah.
So that'd be funny to like buy like an auto blow or something and like do a competition, and whoever loses has to go like literally in the bathroom and like nut in it. That's just like an embarrassment thing. It's like you have to finish,
You had to
dude.
bust this auto blow.
Scott's
Yo,
gonna take it home
yeah.
afterwards and just be
Nah,
like,
dude,
"Oh
yeah.
no, I'm throwing this away, you guys."
Dude, Reeve loses. He goes in for like 1 minute.
Yeah, that'd be hard. It'd be hard to like. I could get it done though.
Oh, yeah, I can
You're,
get it.
you're
I
right.
got my
I,
phone.
I don't get any pussy. I don't fuck at all.
Well, I bet some of these games that
I'd be in there for 2 hours and busting it like 15 times. I'd fill it to the brim.
You're like enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's not embarrassing at all.
Yeah, no, it's like a revenge on you guys. Like, take this fucking cum.
Charlie fills it up
Bucket.
and then just pours it on
Yeah.
himself.
And I come back, start tackling everyone.
You just throw it at John.
Yeah. I come in and hold it over my head, like horizontal, start spinning around in a circle, just splattering
just
cum.
fertilizing everybody.
Yeah, the splattering cum in a 360.
He's doing
radius.
a haka at the same time.
Yeah, and I'm talking shit about the Hawk Tua podcast, the Talk Tua, trying to get them to get some beef with me.
I bet some of these games would be like stuff we're not as familiar with. It's not like we knew all these
Let's do
jokes,
some
but
random ass fucking quiz.
Go to a different website because I don't trust this one anymore.
TV shows by Running Joke 3.
Just go back to Google and pick
that's fine,
pick the
but-
top one or something.
Yeah, let's pick the top one.
I actually checked the one further down that I thought might be good.
Stand up.
Yeah, being more specific.
All right, what about trivia crack? That sounds. All right, let's see. I was level 1, I guess. Who was the most?
start with 5.
Dude, y'all,
That's so fucking Dave. Well, I'd say Dave Chappelle.
Fuck it. Accept all. Fuck it. Just take all my info. I don't give a shit. Who's the most successful?
yeah, that's so subjective.
Yeah, that's
I think Jerry Seinfeld. By objectively through ticket sales and stuff. And
Yeah, I guess
income.
most successful, but like
Oh
Eddie
yeah. Okay, this one's timed.
that's crazy.
Who's the most successful stand-up comedian? Okay, I just did that one. Who was the first female stand-up comedian to win an Emmy Award? Probably Amy Schumer.
No, probably
Ellen?
Ellen.
Ah, Tina Fey.
I was
Fuck
thinking
you.
Tina Fey. Damn.
I
God
didn't
damn
know she
it.
did stand up, did she?
Yeah.
Does she?
Yeah, she probably did like Second
Okay, I want
City
that.
shit.
Who was the first stand-up comedian to win a Grammy Award? That's
Steve
hard.
Martin, maybe.
Yeah,
Steve
I think
Martin,
so.
Maybe
Bill
Carlin.
Cosby.
Carlin. I
Maybe
don't know.
Carlin.
No, a Grammy though. It's
Maybe Steve.
music.
Steve.
Yeah.
I'd say
All right,
Steve.
all right. Bill Cosby. Yeah, that's the only way you can get into the Grammys if you
It's
get.
rape. The
Wait,
Grammy
let's
of
do
rape.
it. Yeah, you
Damn,
wanna
dude,
do
we
it.
did 1. We didn't even do 5.
Okay, I know this one. All right, now let's
Wait,
go.
so we like failed out? We got to start.
Yeah,
over?
we failed out the first level.
Oh no, we got to do it again. What is it? Homework?
Go to 5.
Let's go straight to 5.
Go 6.
Oh my God, if
Just
it
do
goes
the
to
hardest.
10.
No, we
Yeah.
can't.
No, we'll
We
just.
can't do
I
it
want to
till we
see
go-
how hard
All right,
they
yeah,
are.
let's see how
Can't.
far we can get. Okay, we already know these ones.
Oh, it goes up each level.
Yeah. Oh, Tina Fey.
stupid bitch.
Yeah, it just recycles questions, which is gay. Cosby.
Bill Cosby. All right, now this one we
The
got.
goat.
Hell yeah, the
goat.
fucking.
Got bit by a goat. Who was the first stand-up comedian to win
His
an
comedy
Academy
sucks, but he's
Award?
cool.
Billy Crystal.
Is it?
I don't know.
Maybe.
He's an actor.
It's either Billy or Rob.
Robin
It could be
Williams.
Robin Williams. I'm gonna go Robin, man. I was Billy Crystal. Ah,
Billy
fuck you,
Crystal.
you're gay. All right, I think we have like 3 strikes. Oh yeah, we have 3 strikes. Who was the first stand-up comedian to have a Netflix special? Aziz Ansari.
Ooh, I think it actually is.
Just out of those, I don't know. Maybe Aziz.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be Louis
It's
though.
either Louis or Aziz. I
Yeah.
think.
Dave Chappelle.
What?
What special did Louis have on Netflix?
He had a few.
On Netflix?
Yeah, he had 2017. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. God, dude, I hate. Why would you have to start from the beginning? What the? All right, should we just find a different
This is
one?
gay.
No, no.
Find a different game. Let's not do the fucking repeat
I'll
shit.
do another Sporkle.
You know how I
All
know
right,
that
there's
we're
only one.
bad at podcasting?
Just go to the top one. What the fuck is that?
HowStuffWorks.com. What comedian was best known for his rant on the 7 words?
George
you can't say?
Carlin.
George Carlin.
Yeah.
Carlin. That's some Carlin ass shit.
Who said this? There's no such thing as soy milk. It's just soy juice.
Ricky Gervais, probably.
Yeah, right, Ricky Gervais. Louis
What?
Black.
Louis Black.
All right. What comedian grossed $50 million with a stand-up concert?
Eddie Murphy.
Nice. This raunchy comedian made his television debut on the variety show On Broadway Tonight.
Dice Clay.
Dice.
Nice. I mean, yeah, and Richard. Yeah, Richard. What was Rodney Dangerfield's signature line? I get no respect.
Don't get.
I don't get no respect. No respect at all. What female comedian's biography is titled The Bedwetter?
Who
Silverman.
fucking cares? Who gives a
Yeah, who
shit?
gives a shit? Can I unanswer this? What successful stand-up comedian got one of his big screen roles playing Pookie in New Jack City? Martin
Chris Rock.
Lawrence? Chris Rock? True or false? Friends of comedian Andy Kaufman claimed he faked his death in 1984.
False.
True.
His friends.
Oh, it says
friends.
friends, multiple.
Probably false.
Yeah.
Oh, then probably true.
Let's say true. Nice. This angry, chain-smoking comedian became well known for his act No Cure for Cancer.
Leary.
Leary. What's his
An ass bitch.
What's his? This is a local guy, O'Leary. He's not local, but you know what I'm talking about. AJ O'Leary.
AJ
I can't believe
O'Leary.
he wrote that bit. Okay, what political opinionated satirist and comedian has a weekly cable TV show on HBO?
Bill Maher.
Lamar.
Noah. No.
This shrieking and often insulting
Kennison.
comedian. Yeah, shrieking. Come on, man.
He's a preacher, yeah.
Give me hard ones. What comedian got her start in stand-up comedy at Coors Light Super Talent Showcase in Washington?
See,
Wanda
either-
Skies?
Who fucking cares?
I don't know. I feel like it's Wanda.
Check Coors Light Super Talent. Check
Amy?
maybe either Whitney or Wanda. Do Wanda.
Yeah.
You need these girls out here sucking dick.
This funny man was
Martin
star of
Lawrence.
Big Mama's House and
Martin
host
Lawrence.
of True or False? Funny woman Roseanne Barr tried running for president in 2012. I think this is true.
It's false because she's not a funny woman.
I think this is true. True or false? Political satirist Stephen Colbert delivered a blistering stand-up roast of George W. Bush at a 2006 White House Correspondents' Dinner.
I'm wearing him on my shirt.
I want to say that's true. That I don't know. Is
Yeah,
this false?
probably.
I thought it's probably true. What comedian was one of the original cast members on Saturday Night Live and one and a half of the Blues
Belushi.
Brothers? Like John Belushi.
Belushi.
What legendary stand-up comedian was known as the Queen of Comedy? Think Joan Rivers.
Joan.
True or false? GQ called Louis C.K. a disgusting pig for jacking off in front of women.
False.
True.
I think it's true.
Undisputed
GQ.
king of comedy.
Verdad.
I think it's true.
Verdad.
Yeah. You're trying to tap into the other audience there. What comedian's fourth stint as Golden Globes host was his most watched yet?
Ricky.
Ricky.
They said his, and then the rest of the options
Yeah,
were
we're
women.
True or false? Robin Williams attended the prestigious Juilliard School. I feel like that's probably true.
Maybe, I don't know.
Fuck it, true.
Choke jerked.
Who began his film career as Ann Chu in Mel Brooks' Robin Hood? Men in
Dave
Tights.
Chappelle.
Let's fucking go. This comedian received an honorary Oscar at the 2013 Governor's Awards. Dude, I don't
Jim
think
Carrey.
this shit's homework.
Yeah.
I don't think it's entertaining for anyone.
Jim
We're just doing
Carrey.
homework in front of
That's what I was about to say. This is how I know how I know
Yeah,
we're
the
bad at
Wikipedia
podcasting.
game is
the
funner.
Wikipedia. Let's try to do
Let's
Wikipedia.
close on one Wikipedia
Dude,
game.
let's just talk about pussy.
Yeah, maybe I should just
I
fucking.
was on
end
the
it.
list.
Let's go from Billy Crystal,
Let's go from the pussy Wikipedia page.
pussy to Billy Crystal.
Okay, pussy to Billy Crystal. What's Billy Crystal? Is that a drug?
Double entendre.
He's the stand-up comedian. I don't really.
We're trying to go from pussy to Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Double
It shouldn't be
entendre.
too hard.
So let's see if we can find like television
Yeah.
somewhere.
Is there like a
Pecking
pussy
order.
players section?
Hit
Pussy
8 Mile.
Riot.
Go up. Go up.
Pussy Riot.
Hit 8 Mile.
All right.
I feel Brittany Murphy.
Mackay Pfeiffer.
Yeah, we're getting.
Was it fucking Mike Pfeiffer? Are we trying to go back to pussy?
We're looking for white
There has to
people
be
now.
some sort of.
Wait, but who is Billy Crystal? I don't know who the hell he is.
He's
Is he
a
singer?
comedian.
Comedian? Comedian.
Brittany Murphy.
Is she a
We
comedian?
try Brittany Murphy. She's the whitest one I'm seeing.
Fuck, there she is.
Mackay Pfeiffer.
Clueless, Freeway.
Clueless, is that a comedy?
Girl Interrupted.
comedy. Yeah, Clueless is a comedy.
Is this a comedy? This is drama. I think Clueless, but he's a
Clueless.
comedian.
Clueless, and we'll
Comedy?
find comedy.
He's a comedian, but he's in
Is he in comedy movies?
Yeah,
some yeah
he's in like a lot of
Alright.
different things.
comedy film. Oh man, now I think we just made it harder. Now
Well, what is
Really
the
see what
we were
end?
good with people.
What do you mean?
Uh,
How's it
He
hard?
goes
Happy
comedy,
ending?
stand-up comics.
Stand-up comics. Yeah, you'll find Billy Crystal somewhere.
Do you know anyone he would travel with?
Mackay Pfeiffer.
What kind of comedy would he do? Like one
Let's try to like see if there's eras, like certain if they talk about certain eras.
history?
Yeah, 1911.
You think that's when he's around? Genres?
Observational, maybe. I just feel like this is like with films and people. You could maybe
Yeah, we
stumble
probably-
upon something they're in, but comedy is so vast.
I don't know anyone related to Billy Crystal though. I just know he
Okay,
did
what,
stand up.
is there a movie he's been in?
I can't even think of it.
Monsters Inc.
He was in Monsters Inc.
Yeah, he was the little green guy.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I could find Monsters Inc. Let's see. Movies.
TV. There's one that says TV.
where?
It might have some film, something.
Didn't he also play Forrest and Forrest
Video
Gump?
on demand.
I don't think that was him.
And then
Oh no, he
Streaming
was in, He
media?
was in Castaway.
I don't
maybe.
fucking know. Amazon Prime.
Yeah, maybe.
Disney Plus. Disney Plus right under.
He was the guy that played volleyball on Castaway.
Okay.
Yeah, Billy Crystal.
We're
played
cooking
Will.
now.
Walt Disney Company.
Was he in Twister?
Walt Disney
He was not.
We just gotta scroll for movies.
history.
Oh no, he was the main
Well, that's
character in
Pixar,
Brink.
isn't it?
Yeah, Pixar's
So we
somewhere
can
on
find
here.
Pixar. Bob Chapek.
Let's just see, yeah.
Howard.
Pride Month.
Oh,
Is Billy
he's
Crystal
now,
gay?
Now we're in model, like or modern.
Content.
Pixar. Probably find a list of movies. Filmography.
Monsters
Bugs
Inc.
Life.
2001.
Monsters Inc.
Billy
Casting.
Crystal. You already went past it. So
Billy
is it-
Crystal.
It's at the top. Yeah.
Found him.
dude, he looks like a douchebag.
Dude,
Fuck him.
Wikipedia game stands tall.
That one was lit.
I don't know. Billy Crystal's pretty gay.
Because that's like a game you make yourself.
Yeah.
There are no rules.
There's no rules except for there's one rule.
All right, so we've got
He's looking pretty old there.
We've got to add on to the Wikipedia game.
Every time you
Every time you come across like a something, you have to do
Every
a bong
click
rip.
is a
bong
sip
rip.
of something.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
drink.
every clip is a sip, and the next one's a bong rip, and then sip
'Cause
after
then
that.
we'll have to like start managing our clicks. You know,
Yeah.
if you play this for like an
Every
hour,
sip is a shot.
if you play this for an hour,
You'd be hammered.
that's a good idea.
I think I'm gonna go home and do that. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in to another episode.
Let's do 3 more hours.